Sessions. You might not have heard that term before, but believe me, you know what it is. So, in the 1960s, under Mao Zedong in China, there was the Red Guard, and they were a kind of a militant communist student group that were the first phase of the Cultural Revolution in China, just the first phase. Now, the Red Guard, they started off as just using academia and their sort of enlightened understanding of, they have a new class awareness, class consciousness, Marx calls it. And they believe that because they have this class consciousness, because they're awakened, they're woke to the true nature of things, right? They believe that they have a higher understanding, an elevated understanding of just how lost and how trapped and under a false consciousness that we are all under. And so the struggle sessions are a tool to basically force people that don't go along with this new way of thinking, this new enlightenment. And they would use initially they would use verbal attacks, to shame you. Shame, you're thinking wrong. Shame. Or where are we hearing that from? um, it will escalate from there. It doesn't just stop at verbal assaults. It'll go to physical violence. It'll go to hitting, pushing, slapping, anything. Because the idea is to get you to buckle under pressure. It's to get you to cave. It's to make you admit that you do think wrong, that you're wrong and everyone's right. Because if we can get enough people around you to surround you and tell you that your way of wrong is thinking, uh, most people crack, because most people just want the barrage, the assault, the coercion, the the attitude, the behavior. They just want it to stop, and so most people will cave. And they'll adopt this new way of thinking, and they'll be quiet about it, even if they don't actually believe it. But the idea is not to actually get you to believe it; it's to get you uh, to relinquish your worldview, to abandon your principles and the things that you believe in favor of this new groupthink. Um, and Antifa is they're mirroring this. They are the new Red Guard, except they're not just limited to neither were the Red Guard. The Red Guard, they did start in the universities, but they went on to commit many massacres. Look up Red August, um, where it's reported that Red Guard killed approximately, again, numbers that come out of China you can never trust. So it's estimated anywhere from 1,700 to 10,000 people were killed during the Red August massacre. So this was all communist, led, fed, and driven, to subvert the people and to get them to do a lot of things. But Mao hated China. He hated Chinese culture. He hated the dynasties that ruled for thousands of years before. And every communist dictator, when they come in, they always establish what they call year zero. And they basically want to start history at when they rule. And so they cause you to forget your history, your past, where you came from, what your ancestors fought for. Communists hate all that stuff. Okay? They want you to adopt this new way of thinking or else. And that's what a struggle session is meant to do. So um, we call it cancel culture. That's honestly, it's a bad name. Um, Not that struggle session is better, because it's directly translated and so it doesn't really make sense in English, but the idea is that it is a session of struggle to get you to relent, to adopt the new red communist way of thinking. Because communism is not just an economic system, it's an entire worldview where you have to think Marxian, you have to think Hegelian. We're marching toward the revolution, or marching toward an end point in history where all of the human condition has been solved, and to get us there, we need to force everyone to get on the same page. That's what Antifa is. Okay, they are the new Red Guard, and if we do let them go much longer, they're going to start killing people. It's history at this point. It's not just my opinion. It's not just um, me speculating. It's what happened. It's what always happens. To think that these things will not happen here in America, that communism can't come to America, it absolutely can. Okay, and McCarthy, he was ringing the alarm bells all the way back in the '60s. He saw it coming. He saw the infiltration into the government. There was also a lot of Marxists heading into academia during the '60s. You know, you had Michel Foucault, you had Jacques Derrida, you had Herbert Marcuse, you had all these neo-Marxian thinkers that were, of course, they started in the university. That is the perfect breeding ground for these struggle sessions to get people to adopt the new way of thinking. This is the new way, guys. And if you're not going to adopt the new way, then we're going to leave you behind. And as further things go on, as further communist as we get, it will become, just like it was in China, it will become socially acceptable to execute people for wrongthink. Now, I'm not saying that we're anywhere near that point in America, but that has happened throughout history. And to think that it cannot happen here is fallacious. So that's what a struggle session is when someone's trying to get you to abandon your worldview for a lie, such as we're going to build utopia, and the only thing that's holding us back is you and your old way of thinking. No, do not fall for it. No matter how hard the pressure is, no matter what they say, even if they go after you and they try to kill you, do not stop, because they won't stop after you're dead. They won't. They'll go on to your family. So things aren't going to change if something happens to you or you change your mind. They're just going to keep going. So you may as well die on your feet.